Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here, physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Today is day 2 of a set of celebrations that was uniquely designed here at the Sri Narayan Dham, where we celebrate our 2 gurus, my own guru, Swami Sudarshan Acharya Maharaj. We celebrate his life, and our Adi Guru, Lord Sri Ramanuj, upon whom the entire Sanatana Dharma rests today. So for the next 20 days, we're going to promote Lord Ramanuj around the world through authority of the Vedas. And we're going to prove scripturally that Lord Sri Ramanuj is the foremost spiritual master of the world in this Kaliyug. He made his appearance 1,000 years ago, 1,009 years ago, and he re-established Sanatana Dharma exactly as Vedas re-established Sanatana Dharma 5,000 years ago. And we're going to give a detailed, comprehensive, scriptural background, and we're also going to show that many institutions and many gurus subsequently piggybacked off this teaching and re-establishment of Sanatana Dharma of Lord Sri Ramanuj. We're also going to show how they deviated from the absolute pure truth that Lord Sri Ramanuj re-established in strict accordance with the Vedas. These institutions used the name Ramanuja because of his credentials, but they deviated from the actual Vedic injunctions that was re-established by Lord Sri Ramanuj. When we say re-established, what do we mean? False philosophies, untruths, and lies overpower the truth. If you tell half a lie consistently for decades and decades and decades, what it becomes? It becomes a truth, doesn't it? Half a lie is half a truth. And if you promote it for decades and decades and decades, what happens? You start believing in it. and then the next generation is your children, they start believing in it, and the next generation is your grandchildren, and they start believing in it. Yes? So these lies perpetuated by many institutions, I'm going to name all of them before I conclude. And I'm going to use Lord Sri Ramanuj, his explanation, and I'm going to corroborate it with the Bhagavad Gita. Don't you think that the Supreme Lord's appearance in the Mahabharata, together with the Vedas, is enough law for us to make a determination? Don't you think? Because the law, the cosmic law is eternal. Cosmic law is eternal. Eternal means cannot be changed. Cosmic law is eternal, it cannot be changed. Then whenever the Lord comes down, we know He came down He descended. When Lord descends, it's called avatar. When Lord descends, it's called avatar. When He descended as Ram avatar, did He change any cosmic law? When He came down in the Mahabharata as Lord Sri Krishna, did He change any law? So if the Lord cannot change His own laws, then no other entity has a right to change any law. And we're going to use this background, this precedent set by the Vedas and precedent set by Lord Sri Krishna Himself, His life through the Mahabharata, His teachings through the Mahabharata, and specifically the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. So when we combine all of these laws and we run it through all the existing institutions, that is covering Sanatana Dharma. At the moment, Sanatana Dharma is lost. At the moment, today, there's a very small percentage of people know what Sanatana Dharma is. These other institutions have hijacked the name Sanatana Dharma, but the practice is adharmic. The practice is adharmic, and we're going to prove. And everything will be proven either through the voice of Lord Sri Krishna or through the re-establishment of Lord Sri Ramanuj. I'm the mic in this whole thing. You can call me Pastor Mike. I'm simply the mic in this whole thing, and I'm transmitting knowledge that is already there. Transmitting knowledge that is already there. So I'm going to give you the life of Lord Sri Ramanuj. I'm going to mix it with Guruji's life, and I'm going to mix it with my life. So we need to establish, when we're doing this expose, we need to establish our own credentials first. Yes? Yes. So very briefly, we'll start with Lord Ramanuj, going back 1,000 years. Lord Ramanuj had many teachers. His guru had many disciples. Lord Ramanuj Acharya's guru was Ramanuj Acharya, and Ramanuj Acharya taught 5 of his disciples 5 sections of Sanatana Dharma. And Ramanuj Acharya underwent teachings by these 5 disciples, and he learned the entire Vedas through these 5 disciples comprehensively. So one taught him the Ramayana, one taught him the Vishnu Sahasranam, one taught him the Alvars, and basically the entire spectrum of Sanatana Dharma, Lord Ramanuj physically learned under teachers. I want you to underline this. Physically learned under bona fide teachers. So he knew the entire Ramayana, he knew the entire Mahabharata, he knew the entire Upanishads, he knew the entire Brahma Sutras, and he knew the entire 4 Vedas. He underwent practical training. Lord Ramanuj underwent practical training. He even learned the opposing philosophies. And I took this cue from him. And I learned, you can see, opposing. You can see whose books I'm reading from. And this is what Lord Ramanuj did. Learn from. Before you oppose a philosophy, you must know it. Pat off yourself. So as I explained yesterday, you can see these bookmarkers. They're over 10 years old. All the contradictions are here in color code. In color code. Arnold is an electrician. He also deals with colors. Alright? So everything has been prepared. I know all the false philosophies. I know where the seeds start. I know how they germinate it. I know how they grow it. And I know how to uproot it. I know how to uproot it. And in this 20 days, I will uproot all the false philosophies around the world. And there's millions in India. India has over 1 billion people there, all fueled by false philosophies. When these false philosophies cloud you and cover you, this is when we say Sanatana Dharma is lost. And when these false philosophies are uprooted, we say Sanatana Dharma is re-established. Only false philosophies cover Sanatana Dharma. It doesn't physically get lost, and I'm going to show you just now how it cannot ever physically get lost. So according to the Rig Veda, knowledge manifests in 4 levels. According to Rig Veda, knowledge manifests in 4 levels. It exists in its transcendental form at the highest level. It exists in its transcendental form at the highest level. There is only one knowledge. Knowledge is one continuous understanding. Like in your USB, I'm going to explain just now about the USB, but right now understand that knowledge is one continuous package at the transcendental level. Then the next level, at this transcendental level, knowledge is at its purest state, purest and most subtle state, purest and most subtle state. at the transcendental level. The next level is from this level you can experience telepathic knowledge. From this level to the human mind, you can experience telepathic knowledge. And every human now and again did experience some telepathic knowledge. Yes? This knowledge has no sound, it is not audible. Knowledge and sound works hand in hand. Sound can be audible or inaudible. Audible or inaudible. Like your volume, that is. When Jessica is talking in the van, how fast you put the volume off? Because she wants to be heard. So the volume goes right down, but the sound is still there in its subtle form. Yes? You just have to turn the volume and you can hear. Alright? Satish learned that the hard way. Jessica did not want to compete with the sound. She just wanted to be heard herself. Alright? So that sound exists in its seed form. When you turn the volume, it takes its manifestation as audible sound. This sound is in its purest state, in unmanifested, undifferentiated consciousness. Where's the sound? In the consciousness. Pure consciousness. Transcendental sound is in pure consciousness. It is one whole knowledge at that stage. Next stage, I said, next stage is the visionary stage or the intuitive stage. Now that knowledge takes shape and color. Shape and color. That sound, that knowledge, when it comes to the next stage, the visionary state or the intuitive state, it takes on form and color. It is at this stage that the rishis and sages downloaded these forms and converted it into the four Vedas. They downloaded this one stream of knowledge and they broke it up into the Vedas. Veda is one. Veda is one. They downloaded the visionary or the intuitive level of sound and knowledge, which is energy. Sound and knowledge is energy. They downloaded this energy and they composed it into the Vedas. Are you understanding? Then, from this level, sound and energy goes to the next level, is the mental level in your heart, where you discuss ideas. You have a discussion, a non-verbal, inaudible discussion. Like Trisha is saying in her heart now, what time will Acharya ji stop talking so I can rush home? Doesn't he know I'm working tomorrow? Sisha, gurus, any thought you have is audible to a guru. That's how the sages wrote the Vedas. Alright? So, the mental state where you converse without making a sound is the third state. Okay? The third state, the second state, is when the sages bring down this energy and convert it into mantras. That energy, they download it into mantras. And now we go to the fourth stage. The fourth stage is audible sound. Fourth stage is audible sound and written word. Fourth stage is audible sound and written. All the lies come in this stage, Trisha. All the lies, false philosophies, egotistical nature of human is expressed through this last stage, where sound becomes audible. They either speak it or write it, or both. They either speak it or write it or both. So Lord Ramanuj had the capacity to download. Lord Ramanuj had the capacity to, how do we know this? He was in the intuitive state when he joined his guru. He was in the intuitive state when he joined his guru. How do we know this as evidence? Because he never went to any other guru besides going to his first guru. He never went to any other guru. And when this guru was teaching the Upanishads, and when he gave a wrong explanation of the Upanishad, Ramanuj Acharya corrected him. So if for Ramanuj Acharya to correct his guru, then he would have had the capacity to download the absolute truth. To download the absolute truth. So there is an instance where Ramanuj Acharya was rubbing his guru's back, and his guru misinterpreted a verse from the Upanishad which was very, very vulgar. And all of a sudden his guru felt something hot dripping on him. It was Ramanuj Acharya's tears. Ramanuj Acharya's tears was dripping on his guru because his guru misinterpreted the Upanishad and he gave a vulgar meaning to Lord Sriman Narayan. And this caused Ramanuj Acharya to tear. And then when his teacher queried, he gave the correct explanation. Remember, in Sanskrit, for every word, there's 10 meanings. So you need to get the right meanings in the right context. Right meaning in the right context. It was then his guru decided to have him murdered. And there was a plot to murder him. He was taken into the forest. But Lord Sriman Narayan and Mother Lakshmi saved him and brought him back home. Okay? So preaching Sanatana Dharma. Preaching Sanatana Dharma is not for the Nancies. Jessica, preaching Sanatana Dharma is not for the Nancies. That is why I went for 10 years military training. Preaching Sanatana Dharma is not for the Nancies. See, these false philosophies are existing in India for centuries. You will see I am the first guru in the past 100 years to really go out and take on these institutions head on. Head on. Because preaching Sanatana Dharma is not for the Nancies. Lord Ramanuj had 3 life and death experiences just to re-establish Sanatana Dharma. I don't know how many we will have to undergo such a thing. So Ramanuji was poisoned by his own priest. He was poisoned by his own priest. Anil, have I been bad to you recently? Just ask him. Okay, he said no. Okay, we won't have to put a food test. I'll just eat. We'll just eat, no food test. Gerald, you want to be the guru's food tester? Worst thing that can happen, your beard can come away like mine white. And I won't be jealous of your black beard anymore. And then the king of where he was living, the state in which Lord Ramanuj was living, he was a Lord Shiva devotee. And Lord Ramanuj's 2 disciples, one lost a life, one became blind. So re-establishing Sanatana Dharma is not for Nancies. You have to be a man, a real man to re-establish Sanatana Dharma. Because these are dharmic people by their very nature. They are thieves, thugs, murderers, Jessica, child rapists, molesters, extortion, by their very nature. Anyone who's practicing our dharma is a criminal. Yes? And then when you want to expose their criminality, they're going to react. They're not going to react dharmically, they're going to react through their criminality, like that king. He was a king. He's supposed to be balanced. He's supposed to let anyone in his kingdom worship anyone they felt like worshipping. Yes? But because he was an dharmic king, he was also a criminal. He had the eyes of Lord Ramanuj's favorite disciple gouged out. And an elderly disciple of Ramanuj Acharya who taught Lord Ramanuj and became his disciple, he died in prison. The king imprisoned him and he died. For Sanatana Dharma. These are the real, authentic, genuine disciplic succession. Not piggybacking off somebody else. This is original, authentic, undistilled Sanatana Dharma. So this is why I'm giving you this background. You need to know where the Guru is standing from. Okay? So, Lord Ramanuj, although he had intuitive capacity to download all the Vedas, just write it and give it to us, he did not do that. He did not do that. He took the long route. He took the long route. Why did he take the long route? That is, why do you think he took the longest route in re-establishing Sanatana Dharma? He took the hardest way in re-establishing Sanatana Dharma. He took the most crucifying experience in re-establishing Sanatana Dharma. Why? To make it perfect. To make it perfect so that somebody can't come and dance in the 16th century and in the 21st century have dances lying to the world that dancing liberates you. He made sure, because he was too far away from 𝗪𝗚𝗪𝗪𝗪, and 4,000 years later, Lord Ramanuj Acharya. So he had to re-establish Sanatana Dharma in concrete and steel. Re-establish Sanatana Dharma in concrete and steel. Re-establish Vaishnavism in concrete and steel. And make sure that the cosmic law can never be shifted by anybody. And the Guru, 1,000 years later, is going to draw from that structure that was laid out by Lord Sri Ramanuj himself. So I'm going to draw reference and precedent from what was said by Lord Sri Ramanuj. Then quickly, we're going to be doing this often in this 20 days that's left. My Guru and his credentials. Guruji went and studied the Vedas in a Gurukul from the age of 7. From the age of 7, he was there for 12 years. He learned all the Vedic mantras. He learned all the Vedic mantras from his Guru. From his Guru, and he perfected the learning of the mantras. So when you take bona fide mantras and perfect it, it travels backwards. So from the 4th stage of sound and word, when you repeat a mantra, where it goes? Into the 3rd state, it goes into the 2nd state, which is the conversation, the silent conversation in the head. Om Namo Narayan. When you say it silently, first you say it loud, then you say it silently, then it goes into the 2nd stage, then it goes into the intuitive state, and then it goes to its source. And then it goes to its. When it goes to its source, then it fructifies. What fructifies means? What fructifies means? You get your benefit from it. So if, like I've been saying, the mantra in its seed form is at the transcendental level, then it comes down into intuitive form, then into mental form, and then into oral or written audible form. Then when you repeat that mantra, it needs to go find its source for it to fructify. Because at the bottom level, what I told you, what man is doing? Lies. Lies and false philosophies, cheating at the bottom level. So if you say the Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We know it's a false mantra. We know, a few of us know around the world it's a false, it's not the Maha Mantra. Can it reverse successfully to the mental state? Because it has no existence there. Can it reverse successfully to the intuitive state? It has no existence there. Can it reverse to its source? Because it wasn't sourced from the original pure consciousness. So we have to warn those that's reading the so-called Maha Mantra 16 times, how much of energy they are wasting, how much of time they are wasting, because it cannot go up and reach its source because it was verbalized. At the fourth stage, it was concocted. But if you say Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, it's going to go to the mental state, then it's going to go to the intuitive state, and then it's going to reach its source. How I bless you in this ashram. Why we got a tangible result in this ashram. Why is our result tangible? Because it goes up and it finds its source. And from the source, what happens? The mantra is full of potent energy, and that energy goes into you. That energy goes into you. And I want to explain according to Vedic injunction. When the Supreme Lord personally kills any demon, when the Supreme Lord personally kills any demon, what happens to the demon? Dana? Go back to, they are liberated. When the Lord touches a demon, the demon becomes liberated. Why? Why and how does a demon become liberated? That is, because it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, either verse 37 or 38, transcendental knowledge burns your karma to ashes. Transcendental knowledge burns your karma to ashes. Is the Lord not the combination of all transcendental knowledge? So when the Lord touches you, is transcendental knowledge not touching you? And when transcendental knowledge touches you, when transcendental knowledge touches you in your full potency, what happens to your karma? So is this not absolute mathematics and absolute physics? Absolute mathematics and absolute physics. When the Lord touches you, the Lord is Suddha Sattva, transcendental knowledge, everything packaged in one. When He touches you, all your karmas get burnt to ashes. When your karma get burnt to ashes, what must happen to you? Liberated. So Trisha, you can become a demoness. Then let Lord Narayan come and kill you. And when Lord Narayan kills you, Trisha, what will happen? Talk, you're recording and you can talk at the same time. You'll get liberated. Or you can go the long cut. I don't know which is the long cut. Follow your guru. Come for satsang for the next 20 days. Listen to this transcendental knowledge that the guru is giving you. And every time you're in the guru's presence, transcendental knowledge through the same potency cuts your karma, and at the end of this lifetime you'll get liberated. That is why the Guru say, come to satsang, because the transcendental knowledge that the Guru is giving you, that's going through your years, is cutting your karma. That is why my disciples, whoever follows me loyally, lives a royal life. And royal don't mean an anxiety-free life where you know I'm okay. That's all you need to know. I am okay. It's okay. They will be okay. If you know those things, is there any reason to be anxious? No. Because our problem is anxiety. Our problem is anxiety. You understand? So I'm proving to you why the Maha Mantra by ISKCON, it's not in any Upanishad. It's not in any Upanishad. It has been changed. And the Upanishad is that pure transcendental knowledge at stage 1. And all transcendental knowledge is in seed form in stage 1. It blossoms in stage 4. It is in seed form in stage 1. It blossoms in stage 4. If you fake a mantra, it will only exist in stage 4. You can't find its root. And there'll be no connection. Have you understood? Yesterday I said, we'll explain through quantum physics. Now you can take all these stages and interface it with quantum physics. It's there. Alright? It is there. So we are understanding our foundational basis for this discourse in refuting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is from the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda gives us the 4 stages of transcendental manifestation. And if anything is not in the Vedas, you can't discover it. You can't discover it. And the Vedas exist all the time. When it is lost, it means in the fourth stage, it's not functioning as it's supposed to be functioning meticulously. It is only lost in the fourth stage. It continues to exist in stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. Any guru worth his salt, any bona fide spiritual master worth his salt will never form an institution on his own. Because stage 3 doesn't allow it, it's already there. To change on stage 4, you must have capacity to change on stage 3, 2, and 1. And no one, not even the Supreme Lord, has capacity to change anything. He can, but he does not have the capacity to change anything because it's eternally existing. And Lord Sri Ramanuj is the only spiritual master in this Kaliyug. I'm not talking about 𝗪𝗚𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪. 𝗪𝗚𝗪𝗪𝗧 is the original compiler. It's his mandate. It's his mandate to compile originally and authentically. Yes or no? It's his mandate. Ramanuj Acharya is the only guru that set his foot on this planet Earth in this Kaliyug 1,000 years ago and kept the teachings verbatim. He did not create this philosophy of 𝗪𝗑𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪. He did not say, I'm creating a new philosophy. All he did was bring Vedanta and synthesize it. He synthesized the Vedantic teachings. He synthesized the Sanatana Dharmic teachings 100% correct, 100% authentic. And subsequently, only gurus in our Sampradaya, in the Sri Sampradaya, has followed the 100% correct understanding of Sanatana Dharma. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪, he changed what Lord Ramanuj refuted. He brought it back into the existence. Alright? And all the subsequent gurus in the other 3 sampradayas, they brought cancer back into what Lord Ramanuj established. So I'm going to go back 1,000 years and we're going to start cutting out this cancer over the next 20 days. So I'm going to round up now. I saw Satish by looking at the clock, and I don't blame him. Either Sean looks at it or Satish. I can't see Sean's head. I can't see Sean's head. They must have looked at it sideways. And then that consciousness went to Satish. You know, the sauce. So we're going to round up by stating Lord Sri Ramanuj, 100% rock solid in his explanations of the Vedas. My Guruji, 12 years Gurukul. And not only that, 12 years Gurukul, he did his theory, and 12 years in the forest, he did his practicals. 12 years in Gurukul, he did his theory, And 12 years in the Bangar forest, he never meet another human. He was silent for 12 years. He ate roots and fruit. And I want you to Google Bangar forest. Dana? Must lend Gerald your big phone. I don't know if he's still moving on that small phone. I don't know what he can see on Google there, but spend 1 hour with him tonight at home. Google Bangar forest, and you'll see at the Bangar forest, the Indian government closes the Bangar forest from 6 to 6 every day because extraterrestrial events take place there. Okay? Spiritual explanation, the 𝗪𝗜𝗢𝗞𝗘𝗡 and 𝗪𝗚𝗡𝗪 keep landing and taking off. And sometimes if you see them, you gone with them. Alright, this is a reality. Go and Google Bangar forest, but Guruji stayed there for 12 years. In that forest, besides it having lions and tigers and crocodiles and huge snakes and everything, Guruji lived there for 12 years. And to connect me, Acharya Shyam Ramanuj, to the Bangar forest, I went there in 2017. We were at the gates of the Bangar forest. We went to Guruji's 2 grandsons. They took us on a 14-day trip, following in the footsteps of Guruji, and his grandsons took us to the Bangar forest. As we were walking in, there was a 16th century Hanuman temple. It was midday and they were singing bhajans. And when I walked in with Vasan and Melissa and Guruji's 2 grandsons, they called us and they said we were guests and they asked us to sing. And as I was singing, or as I was about to sing, 4 bikers brought a man on their shoulder. All this is on Facebook, because Facebook cannot be edited. This was live. We were not filming that bikers and bringing the man in. We were filming, which we always do, like we're doing now. Everything we do is on social media. So we were filming the bhajan that we will be singing, or I was singing. And then this man walks in, they take him deep into the shrine, and they taking him out again. Then you'll see on the video, I grabbed his leg, I signaled him to wait, I read the mantra in the water. This man was being carried. Within a second of drinking the water, he was released, and I went back into my meditation. I was singing a bhajan, and I can hear Melissa, she was a camera woman, screaming. You'll hear her screaming, Acharya Ji, Acharya Ji. And when I opened my eyes, that man that was carried in, who had 10% life, now had 100% life in 2 minutes. He was busy massaging my feet. And when we left, he became so irritating that I had to scold him, because he just wanted to massage my feet, whether I was sitting, standing, walking. He didn't want to leave my feet. He was sick for so long. and he wanted to give his gratitude. This is at the Bangar forest where Guruji spent 12 years. You can see how it links. My credentials with Guruji's credentials and Lord Ramanuj's credentials. Can you see that line? Because this has to happen. This has to happen. And this is the flow. This is the flow from Lord Narayan through Mother Lakshmi, through all the Purva Acharyas, through all the Alvars, through Lord Ramanuj, through the entire Sampradaya going to my Guruji and coming to me. This is the authentic, undistilled, original flow of that transcendental knowledge that's in seed form, and now I'm giving it to you in audible form. And from this audible form, it can be traced back into level 3, which is the level 2, the mental platform, then the intuitive platform, and then the transcendental platform, and verified. So these miracles that happen in this ashram and those miracles that I performed in India, collectively, miracles can only be performed if we are dealing from the verbal to the written, to the mental, to the intuitive, to the root. The root of all miracles is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, 𝗙𝗧𝗘𝗏.